So, by the will of the Force, welcome back to an absolute galaxy-famous, woofer-approved Jedi Talk podcast.
How are think people's eardrums survive the intro?
I cannot hear you right now because eardrums are blown off because you are following us at Jedi Talk Podcast on Instagram.
Yeah, you are.
YouTube.com/Jedi Talk, where, you know, we say it, but I think, Brad, next week, the official video is going to roll out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I am,
buddy. We're doing it.
I am Matomika. We are in the sanitarium. That's the new name.
Oh, like it. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
And
Just
it's timely
leave me be. Yeah.
for next week.
Thank you, exactly.
Let's fucking go,
Thank
dude.
you, exactly.
So, before we get into this,
Hi.
hello. Welcome to Jedi Talk. Tom is here. I'm here. There might be some technical issues on this episode just because we're getting into the swing of things at the new place, getting everything set up. It looks awesome. The house is gorgeous, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations. I'm excited to be here. And yes, we are officially going to be doing video podcasts starting next week for every single episode going forward. So make sure you go over to YouTube, hit that subscription, and hit on that bell notification too, so you can see our pretty faces in shiny 4K, because my camera does shoot 4K.
Smash that like and subscribe button.
Smash the fuck out of that button. But yeah, man, it's good to be here.
It's great to be here. Yeah, sanitarium.
Haven't seen you in like a month.
I guess so. Really, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, I saw you from a distance at a water park a few weeks ago.
That's right, and we were doing the Zooms, so yeah, I guess I really didn't feel like.
I usually don't look at my phone when we do those. I don't know if you've noticed.
Oh,
yeah.
So it's been we've been moving. Jedi Talk lost a co-host. A lot's been happening.
It's been a taxing year.
We're in a brand new spot right now. We're getting used to it. Putting together a new soundboard, so please don't mind me. Thank you.
Thanks, Evan.
Yeah, no, not anymore. Not anymore. He doesn't get the glory
that's right.
of Jedi Talk. It's just
we
the
pretend
two of
he
us.
doesn't exist now.
Jedi Talk, a Star Wars podcast. This is episode.
He's dead to us.
393.
Okay, so we're getting what we're gonna do for 400.
Oh, we gotta think about it. I'm kicking around some thoughts.
Yeah.
Sure.
Some guests, or what are we gonna do? Something.
I don't know. Maybe a little column A, a little column B.
Okay.
I've always, with special episodes, I've always loved the idea of a live episode, of like going somewhere and doing it.
Oh, okay.
And having people come to it. Or we can do a live episode from here.
I can easily do that.
Yeah, that might be
I told you this. I bought up all the equipment to do live streams because I'm closing in on 5,000 subscribers on my other YouTube channel, the Brad's Bourbon Review stuff.
There you go.
And for 5,000, I'm doing a live stream. And I bought like a capture card, and I have it all set up, ready to go. Here's how dumb I am, though. I didn't realize that when it was a capture card, that like it literally just captures the screen itself, so like all of the settings and shit were showing up, and I had to like figure out how to get it off the screen.
Oh,
and people are like watching it on YouTube and seeing like my ISO settings and stuff.
Oh, whoops!
It's hilarious, but I figured it out. It took a long, like there was I deleted them, but for a while there, I had gone live and there was like 100 people watching, and I'm just like test. Like, listen.
I thought you were about to say something a lot worse, Brad.
No. I'm not that dumb.
Was it Jeffrey Toobin? Was that the name of the guy that got caught jacking it on Zoom or something?
Oh, yeah, that poor guy. No,
poor guy.
Well, I mean, he is at home.
But he's in front of like a... Come on.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you can't do that.
Sure, you're in the comfort of your own home. At least he's not doing it in the middle of a park. But for the love of God,
it's just as bad.
Have a little awareness.
Yeah, it's insane. Those videos are hilarious. Is that the same guy where they were watching it and they're like, no, turn his camera off?
I don't remember.
That's my favorite one.
Probably.
Somebody starts to do that same exact thing. I actually thought it was a bit, because they start doing it and then like the webcam does cut. So I think it was a bit. But,
okay, it probably was.
Weird company to work for. That's cool.
It's 2025. Some of these companies are run by Gen Zers, so they're all like your mental health. Torque one out a little bit.
Expressing himself
physically
through his cock.
He spit his feelings out.
His feelings are hot, thick, and viscous.
Yeah. We're not your daddy Star Wars podcast, people.
No.
For those of you who are joining us, it's been a crazy week for Central Florida, not just Brad and I too. Look, we're about to play a fantastic interview we had with fun. Andor actor, seasons 1 and 2, Eugene Lin. He played an Imperial Officer, and he was kind enough to join us. And we're going to put that in here in a little bit. But I just want to make mention of something. Our last week episode was a special one, but it's been exactly a week. happy 1 week anniversary, Epic Universe.
Oh yeah,
It's
already?
really
Wow.
important to us here in Central Florida. Brad and I, Jedi Talk #1, but we're theme park goers, and I miss Epic right now.
I've only gone the one time. You've gone like 19 times.
I have 4 actually, but
Nice.
Yeah, but it's like that, and I think you said this forever ago when you went after your first. It's like you have that post-vacation depression, right? Like
Yeah.
the first world problems, but still, people who know you go on cruises, you go on theme parks. If you come out here and you just get like you go home back to reality, and we live very close to Epic
15 minutes
Universe,
away,
yeah. But it's still just like, oh my god, like I just want to
Keep going back.
keep going back.
So how long do you think before they add it to the annual passes? It's like a hot topic right now. I keep seeing people debating on it. And I think that's why the park hasn't been that crowded. Thor's chiming in. Or Odin.
we're getting ready for Metallica. We're riding the lightning,
Oh,
motherfucker.
yeah.
This is the sanitarium.
Is that an indoor stadium?
No,
Damn it.
no.
Damn it.
Raymond James. Metallica. But we've got the Saharan Desert coming over. Or Saharan dust.
Oh, that'll be cool. That'll be pretty at sunset.
The whole desert's picking up. The
whole desert's moving
We've
over
got
here.
the dust. We've got the dust traveling across the Atlantic.
Sweet.
It's in the Caribbean either now or next week, and it's going to creep its way into the Gulf. So
Sweet.
yeah, sunrise,
I
sunsets.
love all that. So it looks golden and everything. It's so pretty.
Yes, but it should also quell the rain a little bit. So,
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah.
That's good.
quells
I'm
the
not
tropics.
I'm not as worried about that as much. It's just after doing Rockville for 3 days. I'm just like,
You want to talk about that at all before
Yeah,
we
we
drop
had a-
this interview in?
we had a good time. Me and my best friend Mike from back home. I've literally known him since I was like 10. He's not my oldest friend, but he's my closest friend. My oldest friend, I met Justin. Met him when we were in
Yeah.
kindergarten. We were like 5. I've known him since I was
That's
like 5. But Mike came down and we did it. We basically went to see Crossfade. That was my reason for going. But Korn is his like Metallica and Led Zeppelin, so we got to see Korn. I almost got trampled to death watching Korn. It got scary. I had to bail over the rail.
I've almost been trampled to death by. I'm not
Bro.
kidding. This isn't a bit. I've almost died in a corn pit before.
Yeah, dude, it's like I don't know, man. It was wild. I mean, we were instigating a little bit. We did start a mosh pit, so I guess I can't feel like that in not responsible. But we had a good time. Crossfade was great.
Fuck yeah.
It was so good to see. I never got to see them, and they played in Charlotte all the time. They were one of those bands that they would show up and play, and I'd be like, oh, I'll see them next time. And then 10 years later, they're just gone, and they did the reunion and all that stuff. I'll tell you who blew my fucking mind that I'd never heard a single note from, and I'm like a fucking fan now. Trivium,
I was gonna assume it's Trivium.
Dude.
Trivium's good.
dude, they blew me away. They're from Orlando.
All the day. Yeah, I knew that.
That's crazy, dude. I was so impressed with like the level of what he can sing and play. Like it's crazy.
I haven't checked out latest Trivium. I was such a little prick when they came out because like some metal magazine called them the new Metallica, and I'm like, fuck them. I was getting fuck them.
I get the comparison though. I mean, like,
oh sure, so do I now.
it's they are incredible.
They're good.
live.
Trivium's a fantastic.
They
band.
were so good, and they were really the standout for me. Like I got to see Chevelle, which they don't. I mean, they're one of my favorite bands of all time. So they were great too. But like the one that stood out that I hadn't heard much from was they blew my fucking mind, man.
That's fucking good.
I think I texted you. I was like,
You
"Do
did.
know who Trivium is?"
Yeah, yeah. It's
Everyone's
like,
like, "Yeah, there's like 40,000 people." Yeah, people know who Trivium is. You fucking idiot.
Well, people here who may not be fans of Jedi Talk are like, shut up about the fucking music, you dicks. Well,
It's
guess
what
what?
it
This
is.
is Jedi Talk, a Star Wars podcast.
Yeah.
This isn't Jedi Talk, a Star Wars
This isn't
pod fuck.
What's the guy that was?
I thought you would make a Hug to a joke.
No. What's the? This ain't. I forget the name of the show. The moment's gone. I ruined the joke. God
Moment's
damn it.
gone. That's all right. But you know what's not gone? Our time with Eugene Lin, actor from Andor. My oh jeez. I mean, a lot of people's favorite Star Wars Disney Plus Star Wars show. So we're just going to get right into
Season 2
it.
might be number 2 for me now.
It's so close. We spent about 20, 21, 22 minutes with Eugene, talked about him with his time on Andor, so check it out right now. We are incredibly excited to welcome an Imperial Officer from Andor here. Tom and Brad are so happy to welcome Eugene Lin to the Jedi Talk podcast. Eugene, how the heck are you today?
Hello, guys. I'm very good. Very happy. This is my first interview for Star Wars ever. So,
Ooh, let's go.
Oh, well, I'm just, gonna shake the shoulders off a little bit and feeling pretty good. So, Eugene, we can't thank you enough for joining us. Brett and I love the heck out of Andor specifically, this especially this most recent season, just like a lot of other people. Our episodes leading up to this, we've talked at length about him. I can't wait to dive into Andor again, and we're going to talk some more about Andor with you. But one of my favorite things about interviewing and talking to people in general, especially on Jedi Talk, who have this kind of connection, is just to know the person. So tell us the Eugene Lin story. How did you get to that point where you're in Andor, and what does your background look like? Tell us all the fun stuff. I love hearing about that.
Okay, first off, I'm not actually British, I'm Singaporean, but
Okay.
I've been living in London for 22 years. Key thing about being a Singaporean is we do have conscription there. So military service, 2.5 years during my time. It's now 2 years. I hated every single day of it, hated every single minute of it, um, and really thought, what is the whole point of this exercise? I mean, it's kind of your best years of your life, sort of 21 to 23, when you really should be in college, university over here, they call it. Hated it, shoved it in the background, fine. About 20 plus years later, it actually came in useful. So one of my first castings as a supporting artist, what you would call background artists or extras in the US particularly, was for Black Widow, where they were casting for US military. So that came in really handy because
Oh,
you already know how to handle a weapon, especially on set. We can't really have people dicking about with weapons, as we can see from quite recent high-profile cases where it turned out to be a real weapon. That's never a good sign. So,
Yeah.
yeah, based off that booking, casting agents tend to go for similar type roles. So I get a lot of security type roles, uniform type roles. And I never actually thought a Star Wars project would come up where they would cast me, but it happened.
that's insane.
So when you get the like audition for this, are you aware that you're auditioning for Star Wars, or is it like you just go in and then you kind of realize that it's Star Wars like during the I keep saying interview during the audition process?
Well, background supporting artists, we don't actually get auditioned. They send us an availability check. And with high profile projects like this, everything's code named. And I can tell you for a fact, Star Wars security is high up the wazoo, possibly even higher than Marvel, where even our code names, role names, locations of where the story is set are completely coded.
Wow.
So yeah, they really cannot afford to have anything spill over. I mean, there's people listening to our radio channels in Pinewood, sitting outside listening to radio channels, trying to pick up any single thing they can um, make head or tail with, And so yeah, secrecy is really, really high. So the availability check comes in usually something like looking for military type people, certain build. Um, Sometimes they might say it's a restrictive uniform or costume. Are you available? And you say yes or no, depending on what it is, and you send it off, and then that gets sent to the crowd casting director, and then they'll pick, okay, maybe this person I've worked with before, this person has the right training, or this person might be a good fit for the Gorman side. They're very slender, very elegant looking, might be better on that side. And so it all gets mixed around. And then you get said, okay, either sorry, you've been released, or congratulations, you're booked, come in for a fitting. And most people, I know some people who didn't know what the project was and they showed up at the fitting, they stepped through and then they see these rows and rows of helmets and costumes, and then it hits them like, oh my God, this is what it is.
That had to be that. If that was like someone for me, Brad and I, the biggest Star Wars nerds, I'd probably drop on my knees like Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania and cry
Yep.
with the title. I'd be like, ah. So that'll lead me into my next question for you, Eugene. So it's like when you found out this was Star Wars, what did it mean to you? Are you like how big is your Star Wars fandom leading into this?
Uh, Big. I mean, I grew up with it, but I mean, I'm 42 now. So for me, the main trilogy already came out slightly before I was born. But I remember watching the prequel trilogy in cinema. And then, of course, following on from there, I think um, what's the sequel trilogy called?
Yeah,
Can't remember.
Force Awakens,
Yes, Force
yeah,
Awakens.
Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker. Yeah.
Remember going to see Force Awakens in cinema. I thought, okay, here we go again. This is a new take of it. But then didn't actually think I would actually get a chance to do it. There's a bit of looking down, as it were. Some people who've done the movies, they said, "Oh, we've done real Star Wars," and the TV Star Wars is just like,
Mhm.
a cute little side project. But I think Andor has pretty much redefined that on its head.
It did.
Yeah. No
A-
one's saying that now after season two.
Andor blows so much of that out of the water. No disrespect to the people who came before that, but Andor set the it's there's a new bar thanks to what you guys did with Andor. So
Yeah, so when I stepped into the fitting room, I first thing I saw was was it season one? Yeah, season one was the 6 rows of stormtrooper helmets immaculately presented on the shelf.
oh,
And I thought, oh shit, I'm gonna get to be a stormtrooper. And they went like, no, 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 no. And I was like, what? It's right there. It's right there in front of me. Like, please. And they went like, no, no. Come over this side. This is your role, which was again a code name. And this is person's gonna fit you. And then they give me these underlayers, these really rough black underlayers to put on. And I'm like, okay, this looks just, a bit rough, a bit pedestrian looking. And
mhm.
then they took out the armor, and I'm like, okay, now we're talking.
So
Yeah.
so to confirm, were you in both seasons 1 and 2 of Andor?
Yes, I did season one, episode 12, The Ferrex Riots,
Oh,
and season
Oh, let's go.
two, episode 8,
the
Who Are You?
Gorman the Gorman
Yes.
Massacre. Oh God, yeah. The Harold is the best episode of Andor, and I think we know why because Eugene was in it. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Did you play the same character?
Yes, it's the
Okay.
exact same character.
Does that
And I was
character have a name?
No, the character does not have a name, but I
Okay.
made sure I held up for this particular role because quite a few of my friends, when we heard that season two was coming around, actually season two was already in discussion by the time we were filming the Ferrex riots. We heard from the props guys like, there's definitely going to roll into season two. We're just like, cool, when? And they're like, we don't know. We just know
Yeah.
it's going to happen. So I kept holding out and I kept in touch with some of my friends from season one, and they're like, no, we never got asked. One or two of them got refitted. They're actually in the wedding scene as
Oh,
wedding goers. Yeah,
very
and
cool.
some of the stormtroopers actually show up as wedding guests as well because, of course, you couldn't see their faces. So they
That's
just
so cool. Yeah.
That is cool. So
But
what did you I know, so your character doesn't officially have a name, but did you come up with like your own headcanon for your character?
oh, definitely yes.
All right, spill it. We got to know.
That's what I always saw Imperials as um the cool guys. You get the okay, evil, slightly evil, yes, but we got really nice armor, job security. Nice, clean workspaces, spaceships, free space travel, a bit of genocide on the side, but just a little bit. Yeah, but you get to look so cool in it. So naturally, in my brain, I'm just thinking, I survived Ferrix, and what's the next mission? Gorman. That was very nice.
that's awesome.
That's cool.
That's so cool. I
Yeah, when genocide is a job perk, that's interesting.
Yeah, right, right. To get in that kind of mindset. Um, so at the end of, did your character officially survive the end of the Gorman Massacre in episode 8?
Haha. Yes, I'm actually gonna post about that on my Instagram account. Quite a lot of people have asked that. So when you look at Cyril's mom watching the TV screen at that little news clip at the end,
Yes, yes. Like the last scene or the last shot of that scene,
yes,
I recall. Yeah.
that was actually we came back right after the main massacre had already been done. About 3 weeks later, it was just one evening. They waited till about 6 o'clock for sundown for the right sun conditions, and it took about I think 8 of us back to the set, and it was quite eerie because everything was empty, but all the debris was there from the blown up hotel, the barricades, the floor was still in a mess, and we were just poking about in the background. literally sifting through the debris looking for like remnants and things. So deep in the background right there, I'm in that
That's
shot.
so cool.
No.
That's awesome.
So somehow he survived. Somehow Eugene has survived, just like every Star Wars. I love it. That's so cool. That is so cool. So you had mentioned the, getting back on set and everything be empty when you were looking for debris, but what could you say the overall atmosphere was like on set? How could you describe that?
Um, tense, tense.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
most people when they see, yes, it's a dream job for any Star Wars fan. You look at it like, oh my God, how much I would kill to be doing this job. But when you actually do the scenes, I mean, Ferrix was already, I think Ferrix was about 13 days. This one was 23, which really tested a lot of nerve. It's not really like Comic-Con, like, oh, it's kind of dress up. I'll take it off during lunchtime. I'll sit down and have my lunch and then come back. Like, no, no, it's very, very stressful, especially when we get to the big numbers, 200, 300 people.
Yeah.
You barely have time to eat, and they're like, sorry, we need you. We need the people in this specific area. The camera's looking this way, maybe towards the cafe. We need you back now. You gobble down your food, you go back out. I don't get to take off my armor from the start of the day to the end. Literally
Ooh,
from the time from I get in it like into the armor around I think it was half six in the lineup till about 6 p.m. every single day,
wow.
That's insane.
including toilets, which was a delicate situation.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oof.
so yeah. So there you go, people. You hear it first from someone there on the ground that it's not as glamorous as you may want to see it. And
Oh,
and I want to actually follow up because I believe I saw something in your story, Eugene, and we're going to share your Instagram handle and wherever you're at in social media here before we wrap up. I think I saw you kind of going back and forth with Star Wars troll out there, thinking that they could do this part. Is that what I understood?
um, something to that effect. Their concern was that the Gorman massacre, the plaza looked a bit empty.
Oh,
But that plaza, which we've used, I've shown
Really?
um, certain angles, I can understand why. Like when we're looking from the IOC back out towards the staircase where the stormtroopers come down, at some points it does look not as full
okay.
for some big wide shots. But it was a real logistical challenge just to get the number of people there. And their argument was, well, if we just paid actors more, then everyone would do it. But you can't just magically get 250, 300 Caucasian people with the right hair color, right hair length, willing to keep that for 23 days
That's true.
and
That's a
fit the
that's a
amount of
great point.
people, feed the amount of people, security for the amount of people. By the way, standard Star Wars procedure when we show up, our phones are taken away. It's just a given. You don't have access to your phones the whole day. So there's none of this. Oh, did you get pictures? It's not Comic-Con. It really isn't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, so speaking of Comic-Con, I know it's
Yeah.
not, but did you ever just like brush shoulders with Diego Luna or anybody like of that nature?
Um,
Some of the more main cast.
I did see Diego finally. I didn't get to see him in season one, believe it or not. So I managed to see him when he was doing the cafe fight with Cyril.
Oh, loved that fight.
And
Man.
Deadly was in there a few days, and a couple of the others when they're coming in and out of the IOC building. And that shot of that slow motion shot of Cyril, that 360 shot, that I think we did quite a few times because we do it in real time, of course, and then they slow it down post production.
Mhm.
But to make sure everything at every angle is in the background is playing with the same intensity, the fear, the falling over. That took a lot to do.
Wow. It's insane. It's you sit there and you watch these things, right, Brad? And we talk about this at length on Jedi Talk all the time with these, and it's like the amount of work that might go into 10 to 15 seconds of
Yeah.
such an emotional scene. You hear it here, people. This is why, all of these people put in so much work. That's fascinating, Eugene.
Yeah, that's
That's all I have to
insane.
say about that. That's so cool to
Episode
hear. Yeah.
7, I think we start with showing the Gorman Plaza, daily life in the Gorman Plaza. And at night, those night patrols, even though I think it was only like 2.5, 3 seconds, we actually spent about 3 or 4 hours walking around the plaza at night in the cold with the blasters.
Man. What did the blasters like feel like to hold? Did they feel real? You have experience. Were they very light? What was that all
Well,
about?
there's two different types of blasters, at least two or three different types. One is made of metal, it's the old school, the heavy rail heat, what we call the hero blasters with
Okay.
the foldable stock. And then there's the lighter rubber ones that they tend to use for up close stunts and people fall over. You don't want breaking things and things like that. So it's two or three different weights to the blasters, but on screen they all look pretty much the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's insane. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, but that's cool to hear that there's like more than one that you can
Oh,
just
there
use.
is the
Yeah.
ferric batons. There's the hero ones, which actually do open out. You get it in one shot when the stunt guys whack it out, and the rest of the time we were using rubber ones, which are strapped to our belts.
Okay.
Same thing with the spears. The hero ones actually light up at the end with this little LED. It's quite cute, but I don't think they actually showed that on in the series. No.
Okay. Okay. Um, Jumping over a little bit, talking about what's on set with you. So Brad and I we're in Central Florida here in the States, very close to Disney World and Galaxy's Edge. Have you ever been to Galaxy's Edge before?
Not yet,
Curious.
no.
Okay. Is that something, I don't know if you're a big theme park guy, if you've ever been to one of the Disneys either in Europe or here in the States or really anywhere across the globe. But if you ever get a chance as a Star Wars fan, I would highly recommend it. Plus, you would be
Absolutely.
any celebrity there. So,
Was that the Star Wars attraction where they actually had the hotel in that? Is that the same one?
sort of. Brad and I know Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser well. They had that in Orlando, but that was shut down. But there's a whole land there called it was Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, wow.
It's Batu. It's an original planet that was created. There's a cantina there. There's a place to get like Ronto wraps. There, Mandalorian walks around. Kylo Ren walks around. There's a First Order officer that does a show. That stormtroopers or First Order stormtroopers walk around with. There's a build your lightsaber experience, build a droid, tons of amazing things. If you get a chance to check it out, highly,
That,
highly recommend.
that sounds really, really cool.
You'd love it, man. It's such a good time.
Hmm. Um, so that's just insane. Do you have any like crazy out there stories that you could tell us? And I'm sure you've got stories that you can't, which I'm not going to press for, but any crazy stories like on set or while filming that something would be interesting that listeners might not know or understand.
The K2SO sequence was a bit different from what we filmed. If you look at the shots where they first introduced the K2 unit, I think it was Cassian. Was it Cassian's character? No, it was Cyril's character Cyril who gets shown to a door
Yes.
and an officer there with an orange stripe and this iPad looking thing. And he opens the door and there's a second door, that practical door. Those first two doors were real, but the actual room with the K2 units was shot on another stage.
Oh,
Anyway, that
Interesting.
yeah, the sniper wasn't actually on square either. We were just given an eye line like, okay, sniper's up there, but then they shot that little bit somewhere else.
oh wow.
Um, that particular officer, we actually did a sequence of him controlling the K2 droid, sending the K2 droid out into the crowd. But unfortunately, that did make the final cut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I had heard a lot, just rumors, right? Just what you read online that there was a bunch of different stuff for the K2, but I mean, I was very happy with what that scene ended up, coming out just from a fan perspective. But um, that's cool. That's so cool. That scene, it's so amazing that you say that everything felt tense. The atmosphere was tense because man, I know I could feel that watching the product,
It
watching
was
Andor.
pretty tense. And they tended to, like on Ferrix, on Ferrix, when we were shooting that particular episode, they kept the Imperials away from the general Ferrix crowd. So we never mix until the actual riot scene.
That's cool.
Oh God, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, Eugene, this has been so much fun. I hope you're not a stranger, especially if there's more Star Wars in your future, which we hope there is, that you remember Jedi Talk podcast when you become big and
Oh,
famous. So my last question I'll ask, and Brad, if you don't have anything else, is so what's next for you? What's on the dock? Do you have any projects coming up? Things that people can look out for. Have you done things in the past where people can go check out? And can you please share your Instagram handle with everybody where they can find you online?
Yeah, my Star Wars one is Andor.Imperial.Officer. That's the Star Wars one, and there's a link to my main Instagram account,
Okay.
which shows you the rest of the stuff I've I've worked on, like things like Bridgerton and a couple of Marvel projects. So, right now Ahsoka's shooting in the UK. Still waiting for a call. Some of my
Ooh,
friends have been called back.
okay.
I can't particularly say what role, but as eagle-eyed fans would be very happy to see them back. Let's just say that.
Okay. Okay. Oh man.
Early
Oh
days,
man.
early days. Hoping. Here's the call. Please, someone call me.
You hear that? You heard that first. Somebody call Eugene. Well, thank you so much, Eugene, for joining Jedi Talk. This has been so cool. Everybody make sure to go out and find them and rewatch those episodes on Andor and point out and say, I know them. I heard them on Jedi Talk. So thank you, Eugene. You've been awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your
Thank you.
time. Cheers.
Thank you, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Wow, that was fantastic.
That really was a good
That
time.
was good.
I loved every bit of that, and the time with Eugene really did fly. You and I did it like 10 a.m. our time last week. I think we stepped away
Yeah.
from our day responsibilities, took an early lunch, and chatted with Eugene. He was in London, as everybody heard.
Mm-hmm.
Might be the first time we've had a guest from London. I'm pretty sure, but before my time, you were talking to Alex in Australia, right?
No, he was here.
Oh, he was here.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was here on the Disney College program.
Okay.
But yeah, he's from Australia and lived in London.
Oh,
at
I
one
thought
point.
he was in Australia, or maybe he was in London when you had him on the show once. I thought I
Maybe.
listened to an episode where he was.
I think
across
so.
the
I
pond.
can't remember if it may have been like right after he left or something. I don't remember, but I know I've talked to him since he's been in London. 'Cause
Okay.
he lives or lived there. I talked to him the other day, but I didn't ask a bunch of probing questions. He was more curious about Evan.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got a lot of texts about that. I've been telling everybody something different.
That's to keep people on their toes.
But no, Andor, and I just want to extend the thanks to Eugene again for coming on to the show, because both Brad and I were enthralled and so invested in Andor when it came out. Thinking back on it, and I watched episode 8, Who Are You Again, just the other day.
Nice.
I just picked it up, and before I knew it, it was an hour on my couch. I'm like, I got to get up and do something. It's just so good. I'm so happy that we were able to hear just some shit you wouldn't hear unless it was just like somebody
Yeah.
on set there.
Yeah, like hearing like how they kept the two factions apart, even though they're actors.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought that was really interesting, like almost like psychology.
It probably was,
Because if you get used to seeing, like when you walk into Galaxy's Edge and you see a stormtrooper or you see Kylo Ren walking around for the first time, you're like, holy shit! Like
Yes.
it's gonna be a different thing, and it's gonna help acting, right? Because acting is reacting. So like, I thought it was very interesting and very clever for them to do that.
It was incredibly clever.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because it translated onto screen.
Yeah, for sure.
Eugene literally said it was tense on set.
That's why
I felt tense every fucking moment watching that TV show. Outside of,
I mean, you can't fake tension, right? Like,
you really
I
can't.
mean, I guess to some extent you can, because all acting is not real. So it's not real in the sense of like there's real danger, but the tension, like that's hard to manufacture. Like when you watch a terrible horror movie versus a good horror movie,
like Sharknado versus yeah.
like something that's really like not paced very well. Like I think that's very interesting. There has to be some level of actual tension.
That's true.
Like I know, I don't know if you knew this, but like, what was that?
Probably Winston trying
Oh.
to break into the house.
I know for I think it was Chapter 1 with the kids.
Yeah.
They didn't show them Pennywise till they were on set.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, and like the reaction was like completely genuine because these kids didn't know what the fuck was going on, and then I think I remember that story, right?
Yes. And then something similar. Oh gosh, Michael Caine,
With
Alfred,
Joker. Is that
yeah.
what I'm thinking about?
Maybe it was Winston coming in. Maybe that's what you're
did he
thinking.
open the door by himself?
No.
Oh, I was like, I thought I shut it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my wife let him in. Either that, or he velociraptored his way in. He's
He
like,
crawled under. He's a shapeshifter.
yeah. Wait a minute. Shapeshifters following me would make a lot of sense with the conspiracies I'm into. But we're talking about Andor.
Are you a robot, Winston?
It would explain a lot.
He was surveillance robot.
It would explain a lot.
Anytime we start talking about conspiracies, you start barking on the
That's
podcast,
right.
and that's how
That's
they
right.
know what we're talking about.
Winston, you couldn't come
Hi,
up here,
buddy.
buddy. Just don't step on anything. Okay. But yeah, you might be thinking about that when he saw Ledger in the makeup for the first time.
I need someone to fact check this, but I'm pretty sure I knew that story.
Okay.
And you can see it on his face. If
Yes.
you watch the scene. He's like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I'll fact check it right now. What am I looking up?
Type in like, did the it actors seeing Pennywise for the first time or something?
Okay.
I thought I remember hearing it in an interview with Bill Hader. Not Bill Hader. What's the kid's name that was Scott? Whatever the fuck, the guy from Stranger Things. I forget his name.
Sorry, I was
He's got a weird name.
during the filming of It 2017. Director Andy Muschietti, who directed The Flash, deliberately kept Bill Skarsgård in full Pennywise makeup and costume, away from the child actors playing the Losers Club until the first scene they had.
Okay, I was right.
You were
Okay.
right.
Okay. Yeah, so like that is, it's you're acting because you know you're not in any real danger, but like that reaction is real. Because you like that would fucking freak you out, man. Especially if you're a kid.
Absolutely.
I always wondered how kid actors like how they like because their body doesn't know it's trauma. You know what I mean? Like
That's
the
true.
reason I even thought about this was the other day we were watching Dexter, and there's a scene where like some really weird shit happens and it's like, intense, and there's a baby involved.
Oh, boy.
And the baby's like crying and like actually upset, and I'm like, that's kind of fucked up. They did that to a kid. Mm-hmm. Like, because the kid doesn't know it's fake.
I've always wondered how they film those scenes with kids. It's
Yeah.
like, do they get them crying then, or is it all CGI? Like, what
I don't
the
know.
hell?
I mean, sometimes you can tell
I'm
that
an
like,
idiot, I don't know.
it's fake crime, but this one is like you can see the baby in camera, and it's a TV show from like 2004, so there's no
Oh,
CGI.
Yeah, no, like good CGI
Yeah,
at least.
like-
Interesting.
So it was just kind of weird. I'm like, that's kind of strange. They would do that to a kid, but yeah. Anyway, so it's interesting that that tension was there on set.
The tension and that it was able to explain that. That's just how these. I'm sure that's something that Gilroy did, or that just the people involved in the show on purpose. They should have.
When are we going to accept the fact that Tony Gilroy directed Rogue One and not Gareth Edwards?
Oh, oof, I mean,
He wasn't involved in any of this shit, was he? Gareth Edwards wasn't involved in Andor in any capacity.
was he not? Let me check that.
I don't think so. Well, if he was, you didn't hear anything about it. You didn't hear like former Rogue One director coming back to help Star Wars. Like everyone was talking during the reshoots and everything that like midway through production, Gareth Edwards just like they had just kind of agreed to like, yeah, you can say you directed it, but it was really Tony Gilroy.
Yeah. Yep. No involvement. Just double checking. Yeah, he did not.
It's kind of weird. That's how you know that those rumors were true.
He claims he hasn't watched Andor yet in like interviews.
I bet you that was fucking. I do feel bad for Gareth Edwards. You get hired on to do a job and you do what
Yeah.
you said you were going to do, and then they're like halfway through, like, actually, you know what? We're going to change this up a little bit. You're not in charge anymore. Get the fuck out of here. Sure, you can still say you did it, but we both know you didn't.
Speaking on the topic of Rogue One, like, do you think the prequels make the original trilogy better? Because look at like I cannot remember in recent memory, and please correct me if I'm wrong at Jedi Tech Podcast on Instagram or comment on our YouTube audio here. But have like quote unquote prequels ever been released that have truly made the product that comes after it that came before it better? Good?
I would say Mando for the sequels. We're still kind of in there, so we don't know how it actually finalizes.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of first order stuff in there, and I think for a lot of people it makes it better.
Sure,
I don't
yeah,
think the
I think-
prequels make the original trilogy better.
No,
Like,
no.
It just tells you who Darth Vader is.
Yes, but this
And Obi-Wan Kenobi.
But like Andor season 2 specifically, like that lead into Rogue One. My God, does that make Rogue One better? And I
Yeah.
love Rogue One.
Uh-huh. I changed my opinion on Rogue One a few years ago. I never really. I liked it the first time I saw it. Then I was like, it's fine. Then I was kind of like, I don't like it. And now I'm like, that's one of the best Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Well,
But I don't know if I can say it didn't make the original trilogy better. I mean, it definitely did. You get more context of Obi-Wan.
yeah.
So, it makes it better, but like nothing to the scale of Andor season 2. I specifically say season 2 because, I mean, I guess I'll just say all of Andor because you can't have two without one, right?
No, right.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything that's like made one specific movie better for sure. Like, I mean, the trilogy as a whole, sure, you could argue that. But no, I mean, like, Andor season 2 was special, man.
It's incredibly special. I get that same feeling that I got watching Mandalorian. like season 2, during that time where every week of of Mandalorian, like those episodes felt like they mattered.
Yeah.
Every
and it was
single
like,
week.
You knew it was coming on.
Yeah.
You were there at 9 o'clock. And you know me, I was kind of getting lazy with it and like, oh yeah, Ahsoka. Oh, I forgot to watch it or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't forget Andor.
No, I know you did. Yeah,
I forgot
you
Acolyte. And I forgot the Space Pirate show, whatever the fuck that was called, Skeleton Crew.
The Space Pirate. Yeah,
I don't think I watched the finale until like 3 weeks later or something like of Skeleton Crew. Like I didn't.
It was definitely after the fact.
Did not give a fuck about that.
Speaking of the Acolyte, I got Soul Saber over there. I showed you that video.
That's just cool. Did you do an unboxing video
cool.
of it?
No, I didn't because I bought it multiple weeks after the fact.
Oh, gotcha.
So
oh, did you? I didn't realize. Did that come out on May the 4th?
it did. Yeah.
Oh,
and I just got that.
That's fucking.
They
symbol
put
on it is
so
gorgeous.
Isn't it?
I love it.
The gold and the
It's
white
so
and gold.
nasty.
I know it's you may not it's the rule of no season 2 for the Acolyte, but
Thank God.
Beautiful marketing or beautiful merch.
I'm surprised they did that. Made his lightsaber to begin with.
I had not seen a single thing about that. About the changing the colors on the saber. How you can like bleed the kyber crystals,
That's
just like the
so
finale.
fucking cool.
He's right here. The Master Soul lightsaber. Just to clarify, like I had no idea that it mimics what it was. Mayor Osha, I can't remember off the top of my head, who did it in the finale. She bled the Soul's blue kyber crystal red in the finale. It was one of the coolest, some of the coolest things we've ever seen in Star Wars.
It was dope.
So fucking cool. And I'm just sitting there. I bought the saber because I'm more or less a completionist, but I want a Master Soul saber. It's a High Republic saber. Let's go. And it's blue. I flipped it up blue.
And he's one of the coolest characters in the show.
Agreed.
Even if you don't like the show.
For sure.
I'm not a huge fan, but he's a great character.
And then I went to turn it off, but then I pressed it, clicked it all the way down and didn't realize that it went past the middle and then it turned red. And like in my head as I'm watching it turn red, I'm just like, oh, they really made this fucking cool. Like,
you got the Master and Apprentice set from May the 4th, right? The Balin Skull.
oh yes,
Have you messed with those at all?
I have, yeah. The orange looks really cool.
Are they cool? Mm-hmm. They still have those?
I think so. Haven't heard they sold out, but yeah, that though when I heard those like that released on the 4th, right? Master Soul Saber and then they released the Legacy of Ren in the clamshell. The Legacy of Ren saber because that was in the box set and it's in its own case now.
Oh, it is?
Yes. Yeah, that's why
I'm gonna buy that.
I'm going back to get Legacy of Ren.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because I didn't need the box set for that.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, it's like I don't mind doing the boxes when like it's like the Obi-Wan one or the original Luke and Rey one or Luke and what was it? Luke and Leia set where you open it and it plays the music. But like just to click on boxes, it's like why am I spending an extra $150 on a box that doesn't fucking do anything and doesn't fit in with the rest of the boxes of sabers that I have?
I mean, I also bought the Ahsoka box, the Stellan Geos box.
Yeah, you have more than I do.
I bought the Cal
but
box.
like they don't do anything.
You
know what I'm saying? Like
the Ahsoka one plays music.
Does it? The Ahsoka
Yes.
one does?
Mhm.
I thought that one was. What am I thinking of?
The Ahsoka one
I'm
plays
thinking
music.
of Stellan Geos because it's like the square wooden box, right?
Yes. Stellan Geos, the way it opens is cool, and Stellan's came with a
Comic book, right?
Comic book, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
And then
$150 for that?
yeah,
Or 200? Like 'cause they're what, $350 instead of $180? Double the price? That's not that cool to me. But again, I have no problem putting $500 down if it's something that like
Sure.
plays the music and is like ornate. Like the Obi-Wan Kenobi one I have. I love that fucking.
Oh,
thing.
that one, yeah.
God,
Disney
damn, I love
had,
that
I
thing.
think it was today. They had, or was it yesterday? They had 30% off on sabers on the Disney.
I saw
store,
that.
yeah.
I got the little marketing email, the little right into the junk folder,
where it belongs.
right where it belongs.
So Star Wars now that Andor's over. Speak of the devil, we aren't getting anything really until we're not getting any Disney Plus series until Ahsoka season 2,
probably
which
the
is
last one.
currently being filmed at the moment. Yeah, I don't know.
Outside of
I always hear so many different things. I saw a rumor. Or I just saw a headline that Mando season 4 might not be happening after the movie, and they might do a sequel movie.
That's the way to go.
That
That just shows you
They
right
should
there
do
that
less
Disney,
TV,
that
yeah.
Disney Plus shows didn't really work.
I
outside
feel
of
like
Andor.
maybe if you're going to have TV or streaming, whatever you want to call that for Star Wars, I think you need to get one core show, and it should be The Mandalorian. You should kind of rope everything back into there. Boba could be there, Bo-Katan could be there. Me biasly because I love Ahsoka. Of course, yeah, keep her show, but maybe only do another season of Ahsoka.
Yeah, what? I mean, let's be honest. How long can you drag this out?
Well, there's a lot of time period between where they're at now.
But I want to see that in movies.
Oh, sure. Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, I'm good on the we got a bunch of TV shows. I think if they want to continue TV shows, just stick to animation and get a little
like Tales of the Underworld and stuff.
I still haven't watched that yet. Is it good? Is it worth watching?
The first 3 are fantastic. I haven't watched Cad Bane's yet, but Asajj Ventress's story is phenomenal.
Okay.
I love it.
I need to watch it. I would just be like, do some animation stuff and don't make it all that same Clone Wars style. Branch out. Do something different. They're all the same.
Like Batman the Animated Series, Bruce Timm style.
Just do anything else.
I'm kidding. Don't do that.
That would be kind of cool. I mean, it would be something different.
It would be different.
I'm not opposed to anything new. I mean,
they do Visions. It's not canon, but they're doing Visions.
See, I really like that. Like, I wish they would do something like that was canon. I've said it a bunch of times when we've done episodes about this, like top 10 things they should do. Like, do a show where everything is they're canon, but they're just these one-off shows, and you can go. This solves storytelling for time periods. Like, you can do anything you want. Anthologies, make it like a Black Mirror kind of thing.
Ooh,
where they're all
just
canon.
They are canon.
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
yeah. That because it's I've always been of the mind that if you're doing Star Wars, it should be canon.
Agreed.
Because what's the point if you're not?
I know.
Like we're just doing right.
That was one of the better
fan fiction. Like, what are we doing?
That was one of the better things when Disney came in and just be like, "Look, we're just going to make all this canon. I know you're going to hate us."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you guys liked reading about Luke.
Yeah, but some of those stories were really, really bad. Like, really bad.
And some great that they're pulling and putting into canon now.
And that's why they're doing that, because they're good.
So you've got speaking of great, you today were like, all right, hear me out. Fortnite and Star Wars.
So my son is, he's a 13-year-old boy. He likes Fortnite, which is weird that game's still that popular. But he was like doing some update today, and he was like, "It was taking forever," and I'm like, "Yeah, welcome to video gaming in 2025, bro. No longer gone are the days of the games on the cartridge." And he updated it, and he goes, "Dad, you gotta come here!" I was making lunch, and I'm like, I thought something was wrong.
Sure,
so I ran in from the kitchen,
bleeding on fire or something. Yeah,
and he's like, "Look at this!" And it's just the Imperial March, and they're in Fortnite. He's got like the camera looking up at the sky. There is a fucking massive Star Destroyer just lurking slowly over this map, and it looked so fucking cool. The Fortnite shit. I don't like the gameplay. It's just a little too cartoony and a little too ridiculous for me. But he loves it.
Yeah. That was one thing I'm not the biggest gamer in the world, but that's one thing I could just never get into.
I can't. I've tried to play with him, and it's not that I love Halo. Like, Halo's probably my favorite first person shooter.
Fuck yeah.
I love those kind of games, but it just doesn't do it for me.
Okay.
Like, you see the ridiculous shit like that, like the Wookiee costume that's like a girl thing, but like the
I'm
actual. It looks fucking cool, and like the video game aspect of it looks really fun. Like, you get to do X-wing shit. It's just all the sounds.
What did you say about women? I got to put the misogyny alarm back on here.
Yeah, you do.
So we're just Foxy Floodgate with it. I don't understand Fortnite.
It's just these big worlds, and like Dark Ray's in it now. Apparently.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
The butts.
Yeah, look at that. Like, cool. It looks awesome.
Yeah, it does. Oh, look at the ties coming out.
Yeah, man. Like, it looks really cool. Like, they did a really good job doing it.
Find your target, zero in, and fire at will.
I'm excited, and you can you get to pilot that and like just destroy shit down below.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, so you're piloting it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
it's cool.
All right, so there you go. Hey,
yeah,
I mean,
it's if it wasn't in Fortnite, it'd be a real fun game.
I'm truly never against these big companies going and doing this, because Metallica did it.
You're making fans. They did Fortnite, didn't they?
Yeah, and they got.
Did you buy them in Fortnite?
Hell no.
Really?
I don't play Fortnite.
I know, but that's surprising. I would have thought you would dove in just give it a shot. I feel like that would have been a good reason for you to justify doing it.
Yeah.
Trying.
I'm good. I mean, there's it's not a line, but it's just like, I don't have time for Fortnite, So especially now, it's like I focus on one video game, and it's still Star Wars Outlaws, which I've played and beaten the Hondo DLC.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Good?
A lot of fun.
Okay.
A lot of fun. Some people are saying it's short. I don't think so. It's a lot more dogfights in space. Very
DLC.
like space battle-y.
It's DLC.
I
It's
know.
not a full game.
I know.
It's not-
The Lando wildcard.
was it free
DLC.
DLC or was it?
It was free to me because I had bought the Game Pass
Gotcha.
forever ago. So
It's coming out on the Switch too. I'm gonna get it
yes, it is. And then the Switch 2
very
is
excited.
coming out next week.
Wednesday night. I get it at midnight.
You bringing it to Metallica? You said you're going to one of two shows.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not because I have to like leave it in my car and shit. I don't want to get stolen the first day I get it.
Ooh, don't do that.
But yeah, I'm
Playing in the mosh pit.
You know what really sucks is the kids go to their mom for the summer the day we get the Switch.
Oh boy.
She gets them on the 5th, and so my thing is we're gonna get it home, get it all updated, and we're gonna play Mario Kart World all night.
There you go.
We're gonna have fun.
There you go. Let's go. There was another comment, or not comment, but like Ryan Reynolds in Star Wars has been in the news lately, where he said that he proposed an R-rated Star Wars project to Disney, aiming to
Ryan Reynolds or Ryan Gosling?
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, okay.
Aiming to explore deeper emotional narratives within the franchise. He emphasized that the mature rating would serve to enhance storytelling rather than
No way
introduce
he said yes to
excessive
this.
violence or profanity. Sorry, Ryan, Andor happened already.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I look at it. I mean, I wouldn't be against more of it, but like not right now. Like the one thing I hate when and Disney does this, and all big companies do this, but when
This
something
worked.
works,
Let's make 15 of it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. So now take us like the next Star Wars series we're getting is Ahsoka. That's Jedi. That's the Force. That'll cleanse that palate of people who are sick of the darker shit.
That's me. I like that, and it can be dark. I just like that. To me, like I've always said, Star Wars to me is Jedi and the Force.
Yeah, that's fair. And
That's what makes it stand out from just any other like war movie, sci-fi war movie.
Most definitely. But I don't know.
What like okay, so Ryan Reynolds doing something serious doesn't make any fucking sense to me. That's the one thing about this like I don't understand. He's not a serious guy. Like these deeper storytelling things, like even in Deadpool when like moments are, tense, he's still joking around and being stupid.
Has he ever been in a serious movie? Like
not that I can call.
Outside of, I mean, Green Lantern sure as shit wasn't serious.
Tried to be.
It did. It really, really did.
Yeah, has he ever? I mean, he must have, but I can't think of one.
Is the Battle of Jakku comic book out yet?
I do not know.
I'm trying to remember that.
If it's not, I need to go track. One
I
down.
need that bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I need to
want
know
one.
everything about Battle of Jakku.
Same. I need one.
See, that's the thing. Star Wars, they just fill in the holes, giggity.
Yeah.
They just fill in the holes. Speaking of filling in some holes, Bradley.
Yeah.
She's got a nice corner over here.
Oh yeah. Am I on the cuck chair?
Yep.
I'm being cucked by you and Kyle's mom.
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
That meme's funny. I like that meme. Have you seen the one I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about? There's a meme going around like, why does every hotel room have a cuck chair?
Oh, yeah. No, I haven't seen that. Meme.
Yeah,
That is
it's a
true.
meme. It's hilarious.
That's funny.
And it's always like there's like a bed in a hotel room, and then right next to the bed is a chair in the corner of the wall.
Chair, yeah. What, is that like a thing from the 70s? It's like
I don't
just
know.
when like free sex, the 60s and the 70s, like put a cuck chair in every room
I think it's just to fill space.
and a pineapple
Giggity.
just to fill
In the
space.
room.
You guys downloaded the episode. Look,
We're children. You know what to expect.
You're the one hit ad. And if you stuck around after the Eugene interview, then hey, what's up? Jedi Talk Podcast on Instagram, youtube.com/Jedi Talk.
And follow him too.
Eugene Lin, yeah,
Give him a follow.
Andor.imperial.officer. If I got that wrong, I'm definitely tagging it in the comments.
Yeah, just go to the
And
go
listen to the
description.
episode. He
Yeah.
did share. He did share that with us.
Yeah.
It was also cool that Eugene. We even talked about this yet. He's in the MCU.
Yeah.
He
What
was
a cool
in,
resume he's
He's
got.
got a great resume.
Yeah.
Yeah. A
It's
great
awesome.
resume. And if you go on his Andor account and just go into his bio, it'll take you to Eugene's personal account or his like acting account. You'll see everything that Eugene's been in. I have a question for you, Brad. I had Rise of Skywalker on actually today or yesterday. Just turned something on to have in the background while I was doing God knows what. And I was thinking about the scene in the beginning when Kylo gets to Exegol and like Palpatine says to him, it's like basically right before Palpatine's about to tell Kylo who Rey is, but we don't see it, and it cuts away to whatever the next scene is. Do you think it would have made that movie a little bit better if we saw Palpatine telling Kylo in that moment, like, she's my granddaughter, and then it cuts away. And then we sit with that knowledge, watching Rey go through almost everything until that point. Because I've always felt in Rise, it was anticlimactic when she found out she was a Palpatine.
Yeah, because they really ham it the fuck up. Where like I remember watching it and being like, "Oh, it's his granddaughter." Like in that moment, you know that's what it is.
Yes, because
So,
you know
like,
they did the Sith lightning.
I'm with
they
you.
did
Like you may as well just tell us as the audience because she doesn't know.
Yeah, and that would be like, and you just had Kylo go through Mustafar. He's murking everybody out, out there. Palpatine's back for the people who want to see that. And then if you jump from the start of that movie and be like, she's my Palpatine says she's my granddaughter, and then cut away. I don't know.
I guess the reason they probably didn't do it is like that's a big fucking reveal.
It
in
is.
the first 2 minutes of the movie.
But they also decided to reveal he was back in a video game for 13-year-olds.
That's true. Yeah, let's not pretend they have integrity about that kind of
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I think so. I think for us as the audience, it would have made sense. I think it would have. It definitely would have been different watching it that whole time, knowing
Right.
for a fact. But like they fucking tell you then. You know what I mean? Like if someone's like, "Who is she?" That's a video joke that people didn't get to see because of my face. But you will next week when I make these faces.
I saw and it really goes to show you, and I saw somebody say this. I think, Disney should go back and look at what Tony Gilroy did with Andor and like truly making nobody, not from a Skywalker, not from a Palpatine, not connected to like anybody other than him being Cassian Andor, a name he took from a woman who took him in, who was his mother. He was nothing. Rey should have been nothing. She should have
Said it in The Last Jedi.
remained nothing. For everybody who hates The Last Jedi so fucking bad, I get that. You're wrong. It's a good movie. No, but it's like you should have just completed it out. It would have made the sequel trilogy better.
Yeah, I mean,
Her being nothing is fine.
and her, like it would have also made more sense that like all the Jedi she channeled all the Jedi. Like, why would they support someone who they don't know who's a Palpatine? I mean, I guess the Force kind of, but like it's just doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it was just like the bad reception from The Last Jedi, and
They got scared.
They got very scared, and
Instead of
it's-
doubling down like you fucking should have.
I know. Just double down.
You think Ryan Johnson's movies are ever happening?
Probably not.
I don't think so either.
Probably not. I mean, Patty Jenkins' movie's not happening.
Nothing's happening.
Hopefully, Taika's movies aren't happening.
God damn it, please. No, those will be the ones that get made.
I know. That sucks.
he sucks. He sucks as a director, dude. I'm sorry. He thinks he's way fucking funnier than he is.
Oh yeah.
Go watch any of the Thor movies. He ruined the MCU.
He single-handedly ruined the MCU.
I really think so because he's the one that made everything a fucking joke. Go watch the original Thor movie and then watch Thor 2.
It sure feels like that.
Well, I mean, to be fair, James Gunn kind of fucking ruined it because it was with Guardians where that really started happening.
Oh yeah. Well, he's about to ruin the DCU. Maybe not. I don't know.
We haven't talked about this. If the Batman doesn't get made,
I know.
I just saw that it was announced for 2026 or something, but I don't know if that was real.
That movie should have come out
2 years
this
ago.
year.
Last year, right?
No, I think this year because Batman 1 was 22, March 22. So I think
It was 22.
Yep, March.
It seems way longer ago.
I know, but it was the week I was out in Chicago. My sister was getting married, so March of 2022, and Brad is choking. So, Jedi
Sorry.
Talk featuring Tom next week. And for
Well, we're down to one co-host. We're down to one host. Just
And-
you going like, yeah. So Andor was
Yeah,
great.
Andor is great. Cal Kestis is cool.
Last Jedi's the best.
I'm black now because of a
Oh, yeah.
TikTok.
This is
I'm a
exciting.
ginger, yeah. So it just got it showed up in the algorithm.
I
Like
wonder,
this
targeted harassment.
Targeted harassment. Thank you. Finally, somebody gets it. This woman was saying how like redheads are black people. Black people are redheads or something because we share. I'm not quite sure. It feels very weird to compare because I personally have not gone through anything that.
I just punched myself in the face.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I tried to have the microphone resting on my mouth because I'm trying to move my sleeve up, and it slipped and punched myself in the face. Jesus!
The one
Christ.
fucking week, like the week before we start
I know,
video.
that would have been hilarious.
God
damn it, dude!
Damn it. We'll have to redo it next week.
Yeah,
Or fly
we'll-
Kyle in
we'll
and punch
redo
him in
the
the
bit.
face and fly him back. That'd be worth the $800 or whatever that
If
is.
he brings his mom. We've already flown around a few times.
And we have and flown her around too. Hilarious. So I don't know. Rise of Skywalker. I guess to pull that back around, it would have been interesting if they changed that.
Yeah, I'm with you. I haven't really thought about that, but yeah, it does make sense. Like as a storytelling, I mean, I get why they didn't do it, but like,
Oh, sure, it's a big
dumb.
reveal. I know.
Is it though? Because you reveal it in that moment. So if you're not going to reveal it, don't cut away to him smirking.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like
I know.
because that's the reveal. Because unless you're a complete fucking idiot who doesn't know how movies are made.
Yeah, it's true. Disney was very much.
Was there anyone in the theater when she's like, I'm a Palpatine, and everyone was like, what? No, who saw that coming?
I think some people threw their coleslaw at the screen.
I
Movie
bought
theater.
14 nachos for this.
Very, very tiny nacho hat that they're throwing at being mad at Rey. If her new Dawn of the Jedi movie ever gets made or whatever that is,
I don't think that's happening.
Maybe she's in Starfighter.
Maybe. I don't think that like post 9 movie with her and I almost said Diego Luna, her and John Boyega is happening. I don't see it happening.
Oh yeah,
I don't see it happening.
be
Anything
nice.
else? Anything else we got?
no sir. I think I just wanted to make sure you got your enthusiasm out about Fortnite.
Yeah, it was cool. This is one of the rare times I'm gonna watch them do it because it's not for me, but it looks sweet.
Good. Well, check us back out. Make sure you're following Eugene Lin, Jedi Talk Podcast on Instagram, youtube.com/Jedi Talk video. I swear to God, we're going to try to do it. I
Oh no,
promise
we're
this
doing
time.
it. It's happening.
There you go.
I'm gonna bring the lighting next time. We'll get it all set up. We'll be good to go, baby.
There you go. Well, Brad, take us home.
Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of the podcast. We'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, stay safe. May the force be with you.
Rise, Jedi, and night.
I thought Holly texted me that. I thought I clicked on Holly's name. It was like 20